Resurrected Raptors. James Carter had spent his entire life studying dinosaurs. As the senior curator of the Natural History Museum, he had seen and cataloged thousands of fossils, each whispering tales of a forgotten past. But nothing could have prepared him for what he was about to witness. It was a quiet evening in the museum, well past closing hours. James remained behind, finalizing an upcoming exhibit featuring two of the most prized fossils in the collection: an Atrociraptor and a Deinonychus, both nearly complete skeletons. Their razor-sharp claws and predatory postures were frozen in time, reminders of a bygone era. A thunderstorm rumbled outside, sending flickering shadows across the display halls. As James adjusted the lighting on the fossilized predators, a sudden power surge caused the overhead lights to flicker violently. A strange humming energy filled the air, and an eerie blue glow crackled around the display cases. Then, the impossible happened. The Atrociraptor's skeletal form trembled, and its fossilized bones seemed to liquefy and shift. Its dull, lifeless remains rapidly morphed, muscle and sinew weaving over them like an unseen force was rebuilding it. Within seconds, scales and leathery skin covered its form, and bright, intelligent eyes snapped open. It was no longer a faucet, it was alive. James stumbled backward, heart pounding, as the same transformation took hold of the Deinonychus. Its powerful body reformed with shocking speed, and soon, two fully resurrected raptors stood before him. The Atrociraptor, smaller but sleeker, sniffed the air with curiosity, its reddish scales glistening under the dim museum lights. The Deinonychus, larger and covered in downy feathers, let out a deep, guttural screech that echoed through the empty halls. James barely dared to breathe. How was this possible? Then the raptors turned their eyes toward him. His instincts screamed at him to run, but decades of paleontological fascination rooted him in place. Instead of fleeing, he slowly raised his hands, speaking in a calm, steady voice. "I'm not a threat," he whispered. The Atrociraptor tilted its head, eyes narrowing. The Deinonychus took a slow step forward, its sickle-shaped claw tapping against the marble floor. James's mind raced. If these creatures were truly as intelligent as some theories suggested, perhaps they could recognize that he wasn't prey. But before he could test his luck further, a loud crash from another wing of the museum startled the raptors. A security guard had entered, flashlight sweeping across the halls. The bright beam landed on the resurrected predators. The guard screamed. That was all it took. With lightning-fast reflexes, the Atrociraptor lunged, and the Deinonychus followed. James barely had time to react as he dove behind a display case, heart hammering in terror. The guard's panicked shouts turned into silence far too quickly. James knew he had to act. If these creatures escaped the museum, the city wouldn't stand a chance. His eyes darted to the emergency power controls. Perhaps another electrical surge could reverse whatever had resurrected them. Taking a deep breath, he sprinted toward the panel, dodging the Atrociraptor's snapping jaws as it leaped toward him. He slammed his hand onto the main breaker switch. Electricity crackled once more, filling the air with an unnatural energy. The raptors screeched in confusion, their forms shimmering violently. Just as suddenly as they had revived, their flesh began to dissolve, muscles unraveling, bones fading back into fossils. And then silence. James collapsed against the wall, staring at the lifeless skeletons in the exhibit. They were fossils once more, as if nothing had happened. The storm outside subsided. The museum was still. Breathing heavily, James looked at the guard's fallen flashlight. No trace of the man remained. Had it really happened? Or had the storm and exhaustion played tricks on his mind? One thing was certain, the past was never truly gone, and some things were never meant to return. As he turned away, James couldn't shake the feeling that the raptors had been aware of him, and somewhere, somehow, they still were.